Hey everyone, welcome to Facebook Live. So fun. So for those of you who are just coming in, let me just see. I'm going to check out the chat real quick. And okay. So for those of you who are interested, please jump in. Let me know you're here. And I will be happy to answer any questions you have. This is my favorite thing to do. I'm loving this. So fun. I'm going to be going live every week. I will just give you a heads up that next week I will not be here. We're heading up to to Maine with my family for a vacation. So I'm really looking forward to that. I may or may not have a signal up there. So my plan is to jump on my phone and see if you can, we can, try to connect that way. So that's my plan for next week. So let me just get this chat set up. Oh, Sandra. Hey, Sandra. Thanks for coming. I'm so glad you're here. All right, let me just grab this. I'm trying to organize it so I can say. I love that to have real-time feedback. This is so fun. Let me just give me 1 second as I get set up here. Sometimes the mouse wants to work and sometimes it just does its own thing. So this is what's happening here. So let's see. All right, well, that's not helpful. Okay. Anyway, glad to see you too. So don't forget, if you have any questions at all, I'm so happy to answer them. All right, let me just organize. Okay, guys, let's go. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Amy Scott. I am 58 years old, almost 59. By the next time, if I don't get on next week, next time you see me, I'll be 59. 59! Oh my gosh. Anyway, I am a weight loss and mindset coach. I love helping women who are feeling stuck, feeling like it's too late for them to change. That's what I thought. That's really what I believed at the time. About 5 years ago, I was at a place in my life where I was kind of feeling hopeless, kind of feeling stuck at a weight that I wasn't happy with. And I discovered a life coach who was generous enough to share many of her weight loss tools through some of her content. So I applied them and started losing some weight, saw the scale kind of moving. So I decided to hire her and worked with her for a while. Her name's Corinne Crabtree and the No BS Weight Loss Program. For those of you who have been in that program, it's amazing. And I ended up losing 80 pounds and have kept it off for the last 3 years. So for those of you who are interested, I love the tools so much that I became a life coach and have started my own life coaching practice. So I love to, if you want to reach out, my link is in my bio of my website, which I have a calendar. Go ahead and schedule a free call. We can chat, get to know each other, see if we're a good fit, see if you like my program, all that kind of stuff. So love to chat with you. All right, but tonight I'm going to teach you about a tool that has been literally a game changer. It's something that I started about 3 years ago-ish, and I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm this kind of person, but the truth is that this tool that I'm going to share with you literally has saved time each day. And let me just offer this. What if I told you you could actually save time in your schedule each day? You could actually reduce the amount of stress you're feeling in your life each day, and you could increase your capacity for self-confidence. Sounds like who would not want all this stuff? This is amazing. So what I'm going to share about today is my daily journaling habits. And it's a little bit of a combination of a guided journaling as well as assessing and food planning. That's just one piece of it. I think I shared a few weeks ago about the food planning and why it's important. Please go back and check that out. And I also spoke about an assessing your day or evaluating your day. Check that out as well. Some of it may be repetitive, but it's all such good stuff. So I just wanted to share it with you again and also talk a little bit more in detail. And if I can figure this out, I want to share my screen and show you what my actual form looks like of my daily assessment tool that I love. So what I love about the assessing, let's just say, well, it's going to start with that the assessment tool. So we will get into some just plain old journaling, and I have some thoughts and prompts for that that I will give you at the end. as well as I'll offer to send you my page, my journaling page, once you get a chance to see it. It'll be so fun. So setting aside time for yourself, that's actually how this all began, was I started seeing it as an opportunity for me to, you know what, have some me time. And so for me, I love to get up first thing in the morning, and I genuinely see it as precious time that's just my own. I like to get up around 5-ish and grab a cup of coffee. I sit in my room, my cozy room. I have this beautiful home office that we're fortunate enough to have. Grab my coffee, put some nice music in, and get to work. And so I started this habit, which actually has created such peace of mind, such helps me to stay centered and focused, setting aside time for reflection of my day before and kind of like thinking about what I want for my day and the changes I want to make going forward. Why this matters is because, let me just say, I had a day this week that this happened. It's so funny. I ended the day and I was like, this was a terrible day. Like, I don't know. I didn't do one thing right. I'm a mess. Like, it's just, I can't think of one good thing. Went to sleep, and it was good that I kind of shut the book on that day, right? By the next morning, I woke up and I'm like, okay, what I want to do now is actually really think about how was my day, right? How was it? Think about what really happened. And I don't know about you. Have you ever had that happen where you go to bed and you think nothing good happened? It was a total disaster. Terrible. So why this matters is that sometimes we only see it one way. And so I have an example. It's a kind of a funny, I think it's a hysterical example. My husband and I were on vacation in Maine, actually the same place that we're going next week. It's in a very remote section of Maine on a lake, not a whole lot of people around, barely get cell service. That's how remote it is. It's didn't have running water. It actually still doesn't have running water. Didn't have electricity for like till just recently, like within the last decade or so. Kind of remote. Anyway, I think this is back in the day when it didn't even have it. So my husband and I were there. We looked at one day, we're like, okay, let's go to the store. We're going to get something. We look in my wallet and it was empty. And we had a bunch of cash before that. And we're like, we got robbed. That's it. Somebody came, I don't know, drove out of their way to this little tiny cabin and they stole from us. We took a little breath. We're like, getting really angry. And then we realized, wait a minute, let me think. Oh, got our heads together. We started talking about what we bought. Oh, wait, we did buy that ice cream with cash. That's right. Oh, and we did. Oh, there was that other thing. Yeah, remember that other. And next thing you know, we just got a piece of paper and started separating out like our story from the fact from our actual story and realized, oh no, we actually weren't robbed. We just spent that money. So, so that's when I learned the value of actually knowing what you, being truthful, being honest with yourself, knowing where you are, what is actually going on versus what you think is going on. And so the same way, it does kind of work with food. Have you ever had, like, I don't know, you ate a half of a Twinkie and then the next day you got on scale and it was higher and you're like, that's it. I can't enjoy life. I can't ever have a bowl of ice cream because it's gonna, ruin my whatever. I'm not going to reach my goals if I have this one thing. The truth is, if you would look at yourself and really assess what actually you ate, what you were thinking, when you were eating it, if you actually ate when you were, if you overate something or ate when you weren't actually physically hungry, chances are it was those little decisions that actually caused the weight gain, not the one Twinkie. So I'm just going to offer that for you. So I will say that what I want to do, I want to try this. It's very exciting. I'm going to share my screen while I'm getting that ready. I just wanted to go over what I do each day. So the reason for the assessing is just 3 things. It's basically decide on what I'm eating, decide when I'm eating it, not exactly the time, but around the order that I'm eating it, because I only eat when I'm physically hungry. Also ask myself in advance what obstacles might come up and visualize ahead of time how I want to handle it, how I want to approach this obstacle. And then it all is couched very neatly in my why it matters, which is my compelling reason, which we talked about last week. And if you have a chance, there's a live on compelling reasons. So at the very top of my page, which, all right, give me 1 second. I am not seeing, I think I can only share at the beginning of the call. So this is new for me. This is very exciting. Polls, nope. If anyone knows how to share, there's always that. I will take advice. I will take input. I am not seeing it. Let's see settings. Let's see what happens there. No. Nope, not seeing it. All right, not a problem. I'm just going to hold up my paper and read it to you. I had this all planned out to share it with you. So here's my assessment tool. Let me just see. There's just one more case, one more thing to look at. This is very exciting technology. Gotta love it. No, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I think I have to do it at the beginning. That's okay. Another time, perhaps. I'm going to hold this up to the camera as best I can. So this was yesterday's. So the way I do it, this is I created, it's an Excel spreadsheet. It's nothing fancy. And I photocopy it and put it on paper. So let me just hold it so that you guys can see this. So this is my planned food, and this is my assessment of the plan. It's very badly handwritten. So the way I do is I start my day with with the assessment of the day before. So this is the 23rd. Yesterday was Tuesday the 23rd. And I evaluated all the food. So I basically jotted down, in fact, I wonder, yeah, that's right. I jotted down what I actually ate. This is what I planned to eat. This is what I actually ate. And then I noticed on one of the things, which was my dinner, I overate my dinner. So I gave myself like a little notation that I overate my dinner, something to come back to later. Then I have this little line where it says, you just circle what you did and didn't do, yes or no. And then I have a habit tracker that I put all those things on so that I can have an overview of the month. And I either put an X or a no if I didn't do it. Again, just it's like self-accountability. How it helps with your confidence is when you do what you say you're going to do, you catch yourself doing what you say you're going to do. This might look a little overwhelming, but let me just say, in this whole day, I did overeat, which was doing something I didn't, intend, but I did all these other things right. So you get to cheer yourself on. And when you do something right and you celebrate it, it's actually much more likely that you're going to repeat it. You know what I mean? Okay. So here's some of the questions I have besides the food. So this top section, I should start here. The very top section is the goal. So sometimes if you're a weight loss client, you would put your number goal here. If you're a non-weight loss client, or if you just have a goal that you're working on, say you want to walk a little bit more, you want to drink 3 more glasses of water this week, whatever the goal is, or the day of, you put your goal up here, and then you write down your compelling reason behind it. You'll say, I have up here, it says, your weight loss goal or your goal is blank, and then why this is important to me. And what I do is I grab my handy dandy notebook that has my 30 compelling reasons, and I grab one of them and slap them on there. So that's how that works. Then the next question, I'm just going to read them to you. I think they're really good questions. What are some possible obstacles that are kind of come up during the day? And then how do I want to overcome them? This is my opportunity. This is my planning side that I always ask myself, okay, what is coming up today? So you can kind of get ahead of it, which guess what, guys? That saves so much time, so much stress, so much anxiety. So instead of being surprised, oh, I'm going out with my mom, chances are she's going to want to eat out. You can already kind of pre-plan that. It's so helpful. And then I ask, what do I love about myself? Again, just to be your own cheerleader. If the good news is that we don't do it, we take the pressure off of all the people that we love, right? To be our cheerleader for us, and we have our own back. This is how that starts. So the answers I wrote, I'll just tell you what I wrote because I was going to share this with you guys, right? So for my obstacles, I had a busy day. It was I had a lot going on. And how I was going to overcome that obstacle was remind myself, this is something I get to do. I love what I'm doing. And even though it is packed, it's all stuff I love. So I just reminded myself about that. How I wanted to handle it was make sure I took breaks. Just make sure I gave myself, even if it was 5 minutes, give myself some breaks. Breathe time, get out on the porch, get some, sometimes I get cold, go out and get warmed up. What do I love about myself? I wrote, I'm capable, I love being busy, and I've been brave. So yesterday I taught a class we have a little mastermind of some other coaches, and I was like, go me, I'm brave. I did this class. What can I do better? So this is where you get to notice what, in my assessment, or what could I do better next time? So stick to my, actually I sort of changed the order around, not a big deal. So what could I do better? Stick to my plan, take more breaks, and lower my expectations. So that's something that works, right? So then that's my planning. On the other side, I evaluated my food, filled out this little yes or no, throw it on my habit tracker, and then I asked myself, to be honest, were there any justifications or excuses that came up yesterday? So one of the things that came up for me was I overate my dinner, and it was this little piece of quiche. I love quiche. It was really good. It was really good, and I didn't want to stop eating it. So what happened was I just forgot to notice when I had enough. So that's what it wasn't necessarily justification. I was just trying to be on to myself. So I stopped. I overate this quiche. So what I wrote down for how I want to deal with it later. So the question is, what are my excuses or justifications, and how do I want to think about it and do it later? So, sorry about that. I'm getting some type of alert. So what I'm going to do in the future, how I want to correct that is I'm going to stop what I'm eating and set a timer and decide whether or not I want to continue. So I always make myself a rule that if I'm worried about it, if I'm noticing that I'm rushing through my food, that the next time I eat, I'm gonna eat about till I think I'm done, till I hear that sigh, then I'm gonna set a timer for a few minutes, and I get to eat it if I'm physically hungry. I can go back and eat it after that timer goes off. If not, we're done. So that has been like a little hack that I love. That's really helpful. I'm proud of myself because it's one of my favorite questions. It's, again, you could just write that every day. You could just work on that one question every day and you will get so far. You'll just get so much leverage in your life. So I stayed on task all day. I got amazing coaching from my coaches, and I showed up for the mastermind teaching. I was really proud of that. And then what am I grateful for? My post-certification mastermind folks, they got for top billing. My life coach school friends, because we've been like kind of chatty and encouraging each other lately. It's been really fun. And my amazing time in this life. That this is such an amazing time. I'm starting my own business. I've stopped working at my company, and I'm focusing just 100% on you and wanting to build that business and help as many women as I can. So it's just, I don't know, the gratitude was just kind of hitting me. So there's that. So that's what I do, is I put this in this thing. Then I would say my normal morning is I start off with my journal. I start off with a regular journal. For those folks who are interested in journaling, let me just offer, it doesn't have to be fancy. So you can just grab some notebook paper. You can grab a dollar store book. I just want to share with you, these are all filled in, by the way. These are my No BS journals. You guys might recognize them if you've been in No BS. So grateful for them. They hold lots of really important things. Here's my favorite journal. This is from Five Below. They have the best ones. They're really hard outside and really nice paper. The paper feels really good. Again, this is all filled in. Here's an oldie from back in the day. This was a freebie from my husband's work. And I just put these little tabs in. That's what I do in all mine. So I wanted to share this with you. This is a little hack that I use to kind of keep me where I'm, like, I separate it into different sections sometimes, or just to let me know where I am. These little Post-it note little thingies. That might be helpful. And your favorite pen, a cup of coffee, some nice music. You're off to the races. It's so fun. Such great journaling. So, what are the questions? Okay, hang on. What are the I'm like, what are the questions that you answer yes or no to? Oh, yes. Thank you. The questions that I answer yes or no to, I apologize, are, did I stay? Yeah, that would have been helpful. Did I stay? Thank you for asking. Did I stay on plan? Yes or no? So did I eat what did I do what I said I was going to do? Did I eat within that hunger scale? So yes or no. They're just yes or no's, right? So did I stay within, like, did I eat when I was physically hungry? Did I stop when I've had enough? So this one got a no because I overate that one little piece of quiche or whatever. Did I get my 7 hours of sleep? For me and for my clients, what I teach is sleep is one of the main things that we work on. That's really helpful, is getting really good sleep. Actually, I'll probably do a class on that and how important sleep is for weight loss, that when we're tired, sometimes we actually have a harder time saying no to carbs and sweets, and we have a few more urges and things like that. We have less bandwidth to manage our hunger. So sleep is mucho important. And of course, you all know how important water is because I did that one. And water. Did I get all my water? So I do 64 ounces of water, whatever your number of water is. So those are the yes or no questions. Thank you, Sandra, for asking. Any other questions? And I think we're getting to be done almost. So let's see. Anything else? All right, I have some. Okay. Anyone? All right. I have some prompts that I want to share with you guys. So first of all, get a journal. It doesn't matter where. Find some journal prompts. You can look on Pinterest. As it turns out, BetterHelp just had one on social today. So sometimes you even find them just on social media. But Google, BetterHelp, any websites, you can just Google, journal prompts. There's some good things to kind of get the juices going. And then the next thing you need is a notebook or loose leaf paper, a pen. Set a timer in the beginning. This is how I started with my just general journaling, not my little worksheet thingy, but just general journaling. I set a timer for 2 minutes. You want to try to make it really doable. So 2 minutes. As you get better at it, you might want to extend it to 5 or 6 or 10, whatever. But start with 2. Just set the timer and just start writing whatever comes to your mind. I hate journaling. Journaling is stupid. I don't know why I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. Just get in the practice of connecting your body and your hand. And then just begin to write anything that comes to your mind. So here's some journal prompts. I put them in. I'll be happy to share them in the comments when this is over. I'll put them in there. But they were also in a post that I did earlier, 2 posts ago, I think. It has like a green frame with a picture of me and some food in it. So the questions that I love to ask myself: what actually happened? What do I think happened? And then what actually happened? So just generally that information, and just sort of separate out the fact from the story. What was I thinking that led to my better choices? Because we love those, right? Those are the ones we're going to put on repeat. That is going to make this so much more pleasurable. How was I feeling in my body when I made less than ideal choices? So just sort of try to connect. A lot of times for me, I was completely disconnected. I would eat and not know why I ate. I would eat and then look up and go like, I don't know, I got crumbs on my, and an empty, Oreo container. I don't know how that happened. This just happened. But it's important to notice when you are overeating why, right? And then what actions do I want to repeat and which ones don't I want to repeat and why? So those are just some general questions that can kind of get you started. I'll be happy to share those. I'll repost those again for you all. So that's what I do. I love my time. It really serves me. I encourage my clients. I will just say this. I started this practice probably close to 5 years ago, and I would not do anything unless it was valuable. So here's the thing that I just want to encourage you to do. This is not to say, oh, I filled out the sheet, or I am a good person because I wrote things down. The purpose of this is to actually help you to visualize, to get that connection between your mind and your goals, and your heart and your goals, and you're giving yourself some direction and focus. It's going to serve you. It's going to save you time and energy and stress. It's going to give you so much more clarity and peace. It's worth it. If it wasn't worth it, I would not keep doing it. So that's what I have to offer you today. So one of the things that I wanted to just share, I had this really amazing thought, which was basically if I spend my time and energy, if I really focus on my brain, the food will take care of itself. Very often what happens with, especially if you're awake, whatever your goal is, whether it's making money or losing weight or whatever it is, that you focus on the task, you focus on the tactics or the strategy or the tools. I will just offer that when you focus on your brain and what may be going on behind the scenes, why you're doing what you're doing, how you're feeling about what you're doing, that you're going to get so much more leverage and clarity and focus for your goals. It's going to be super helpful. So, any questions for anyone? Any other thoughts or questions? All right. Next week, I will be away. I will try to get on live. My plan is to do a Q&A. So I'm going to try to advertise it a little bit. So if people are on, they want to ask questions, or if you have questions, you can message me and I'll answer them live on my, we'll see. I'm bringing my laptop, but if I don't get a signal, I'll use my phone, whatever, it doesn't matter. The details don't matter. Next week at 6 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, I will be hoping to come in live from Maine, and I'll answer some questions. So please, jot down any questions you might have, and I will answer them. I love that idea. Yeah, just message me, DM me. I'm going to put that in my Instagram feed as well, so that we can start feeding that in. And I would love to answer those questions. That would be so fun. All right, just thought of that now. Anyway, all right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.